What's happening? What's happening? Shout out to all you beginner investors and traders, college graduates, entrepreneurs, hustlers, anybody trying to make something out of nothing out here. I want to see how you, ladies and gentlemen, feel about the upcoming GameStop split. I got my own opinions about it, and you like to hear it, here it go. I feel like the GameStop split is giving hedge funds an opportunity to wiggle out of their position just a bit. I feel like the GameStop split will cause another run up, in my opinion, because you do have people that have heard about GameStop and AMC. They've got in as deep as they could in AMC, but with GameStop being over $100, it's understandable that people may not be jumping in it as fast because of that price. So if GameStop was to drop to 40, 50 bucks, I can easily see it shooting back up to 140, 160 bucks a share with ease, in my opinion. But I think that also gives hedge funds an opportunity to have some wiggle room, because if the squeeze is based on the buildup of, synthetic shares that's been sold, failure to delivers, the dark pool, everything that they've been doing, the corruption, all the nefarious practices that these people have been involved in, I feel like with that split, it'll take some of the pressure off of hedge funds, because, it'll cut the price in half. And not only that, a lot of investors that are smart, they're going to sell most of their shares, at least 60, 70, 80% of their position before GameStop splits. And the investors, the beginner investors that have no understanding of that, they'll sit in that play, diamond handing, leaving hedge funds and other investors an opportunity to run that stock right back up again. Now, I'm not saying it's not a bad thing. I'm saying I think it just will take a little bit of pressure, or a lot of pressure, off of hedge funds, because nobody has a legitimate share unless you DRS your share, which really, in my opinion, was just another way for them to use a tactic to make you think that you own something that you don't, because how can you DRS a share and it's not even guaranteed that, or we don't even know about any of the real shares that's floating around, so how do you know you got a real share or a fake share? How can you DRS a synthetic share? You see what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons why. And if we know that it could be billions of synthetic shares that they've lent out, how can you DRS a fake share? You see what I'm saying? So in my opinion, when a lot of retail goes to sell, it'll give them an opportunity to get some wiggle room, because once, the stock splits, if they decide to stop retail from buying because they don't know how many shares are out there or how many synthetics they've created, why would they allow you to buy back a bunch of fake shares after they've already proved that that's what most retail has anyway? You see what I'm saying? So I'm just a little bit being cautious when it comes to this split. Now, like I said, I think it's a good thing, because there's a lot of people that can't get into GameStop because it's high. But if it drops down to 30, 40 bucks, that'll give people a great opportunity to jump in. And psychologically, people are engaged because they're going to get 3-to-1. You're going to get the dividend. And then they're talking about the NFT marketplace, which is valuable to a degree, but people aren't really sure about how valuable NFTs are in a day-to-day life. Yes, they can be used, but there isn't really a real use case for NFTs at the moment. So with that being said, it's just one of those things where I believe it's so much information coming out about stocks and crypto that beginners like ourselves, now I'm still a beginner, but I feel like I'm on, level 10 as a beginner because I've seen the market do this a few times at this point, being in it for the last 4 years and being involved in GameStop for almost 3 years. I've learned everything that I know from trying to keep up with what's going on with GameStop. And I really believe it will even have an effect on AMC's price when it splits, okay? Because we know that those stocks run in tandem. So if GameStop drops to $30, $40 a share, AMC is going to tank, in my opinion. I'm just being very cautious, man. I plan to sell maybe 70% of my position before Friday in GameStop. I don't really care about the 3-to-1. Now the dividend is good, but I mean, you'll receive that anyway based on how many shares that you have. So I feel as if I have another 20,000 to deploy in GameStop or AMC or whatever stock that I choose. I feel like that will give me an opportunity to maybe triple, quadruple the amount that I decide to put in the GameStop or whatever other stock that I decide to go with. So I just wanted to do this video and see how y'all felt about AMC and GameStop and where they're at right now. Because I honestly do believe we're going to see a run from both of these stocks because they're building up on the monthly and the weekly and the daily charts. Of course, you got a lot of people that have noticed the patterns of GameStop and AMC running up maybe every 3 to 4 months. Last year, we ran up in June, about late May, June. Okay, now we're in July, so I feel like late July, August, maybe middle of July, August, we'll see the blast for AMC and GameStop. And then this will be the determining factor for retail and investors to make the best decisions that they can so that they aren't hostage when it comes to, or hostages when it comes to these plays anymore. Because a lot of us are being held hostage, especially the ones that bought GameStop up at $400 or $500 a share when they halted it. And now all of a sudden they're talking about doing a split, which is good. Like I said, it is good because, based on how much money you have to deploy, I really do believe that GameStop is going to run back up. If it drops down to $40, $50 a share, I easily seeing GameStop shooting to $200 a share, within 2-3 months. And I believe it's going to happen faster than that. I mean, being as though I'm not a financial advisor, investing guru, please do your own due diligence when you're in the stock market, please. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to me, make your own moves. But from the patterns and everything that I've seen, I think it's going to run up a lot faster. If it drops down to 40, I think we'll see $100 share price on GameStop in 2 to 3 weeks. Maybe, a month, because so many people have an opportunity to jump in, and as long as GameStop stays alive, AMC will have no choice but to continue to run, especially with, Disney, and the few people that are talking about purchasing AMC or doing a partnership with AMC. I don't think movies are going to die out at all. It's a great pastime for people, dates, being bored, just bored. I mean, even just, having a hobby. I mean, people love movies, man. People love to be in a crowd of people to see their reaction with movies, so for all of our first time seeing it, you know what I mean? It's a great experience with people that you may not never, ever see again in life. You know what I mean? And that's one of my reasons believing that AMC just won't go anywhere. I mean, Thor just smashed the box office. I think it was over 300 million, so based on everything that's taking place, the way the patterns look, how GameStop and AMC ran up in January. Well, GameStop ran up in January. We had a run in February of 2021 of AMC, but then we dropped back down it was about $6, $5, $7. And then we got a nice little run up in like March. But then, it fluctuated and it stayed around like $13, something like that. And then when we got to May, I believe, or in June that of 2021, that's when AMC and GameStop ended up blowing again. So if you look at the patterns, in my opinion, of 2022, the same thing is taking place, but it's a month. We're waiting an extra month. Like we had run up this year in February. We had a run up in April. That's May, June, July. So in another 3 months, we got to July, that's 3 months. So the middle of this month or the next month, AMC and GameStop should move again. Those are the patterns. I mean, in my opinion, from paying attention to the stock market the last 4 years, really, engaged in it when I came across GameStop in 2019. So just watching these patterns, man, and more people getting into the finance world, I can see that GameStop will run up again. That's no doubt. And if you go check out any of my other old videos, you know how I felt about GameStop 2 years ago. Like I was screaming, telling everybody to buy GameStop when it was $5 a share because of all the things that was taking place around the digital, the digital world. And, you got the Neuralink, Neuro interfacing, Neuro network. They're trying to get, technology to a point where they could put chips inside of your head and you can literally hear what other people are thinking, and stuff like that. So, and I was reading up about Elon Musk doing that neuro linking 4 or 5 years ago, and I know it's been taking place longer than that, but I just really feel like everything that's taking place right now is to help these institutions and these hedge funds. I really do believe this GameStop split is a way for them to wiggle out a little bit and not have as many problems or issues that they have at the moment, being as though they're shorting it and using the dark pools and failure to delivers and all the corruption. I mean, these people should be near the fucking ozone layer. You know what I'm saying? As far as, the hell that they need to be in for all this bullshit that they've been causing. But I mean, they the ones who set the rules, they the ones that run politicians and everything else. So we're just going to have to see what happens, man. But I definitely believe we're going to see another run up in GameStop after this split. Now, I don't know how much we can see, but I really do believe that GameStop will blow up again. And a lot of people are going to miss out again because psychologically, they using these YouTubers and, the Mac Cores and Trades and Andrew Mo Money and Mask Investor. They using all these cats to keep you psychologically engaged to believe, and not to say that it's not going to happen. Just within the time that they using you, they can use their platform to monitor how many people are still engaged in AMC and GameStop. And with that, it'll give them the opportunity to keep trading it so that they can make as much money as they did. I never seen nobody get as quiet as Trades and Mac Cores when people started asking them what happened to the 100,000 a share and all that, because they was the ones who started that shit. They was literally the two that started that shit. And that's why, like I said before, their pages got deleted, because it would incriminate them. You could easily go back on their pages and see that they were the ones that was starting that shit. But then when GameStop and AMC ran up, they started, trying to push the narrative that, I don't know, maybe, and we're not gonna say that and all that shit, so you just gotta be careful, man. These guys are not here to help you. They're here to help yourself. I can remember hearing Trey say he was only investing for a year. AMC and all that was the first stock that he really jumped into, and he ended up on CNBC. How does that even sound right? How can you be an investor for a year and end up on CNBC? Do you know how much, studying and information and knowledge that you have to be on CNBC talking about stocks? So, I just want people to open their eyes, man, and pay attention, man. These people are frauds, and they're being used by the system to psychologically keep you engaged. These hedge funds and these people have to make money. You have to understand that they have investors that are millionaires. They have to make these people money. And these institutions, they're not holding millions of shares, which are the shares that blast the stock prices as high as they are, because of the belief that institutions and companies have in these particular stocks. So, for retail to really believe that the 100 shares that you're buying or 500 shares you're buying is affecting the market, you a fool. So why would you allow your portfolio to go up 1,000%, 2,000% and not take profit? You know what I mean? Because guess what? They're taking profit every 10 to 20% that they get. So 1,000% fucking jump and you're not going to take profit. You're going to diamond hand to $10,000 a share. I personally, I wouldn't do it. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an investing guru, but I pray that GameStop does what it does last year, because I'm ready for it. And I'm going to make 10 times as much as I made last year by constantly trading it. And I'm not talking about through call options. Like I said, I'll sell out 80% of my position, 70, 80% of my position before this week is out. Monday, when we see the split, I don't care about the 3 extra shares that I'm getting to each one that I hold. I'll just buy them all back and buy 3, 4, 5 times the amount I had before I sold out. So, just tell me how y'all feel, man. Like, let me know, man. Drop it down in the comment box, because this is about to be very interesting, just like it was last year. I'm sweating this walk. I like to go work out before 1 so I can pay attention to see what's going on with the market. So I had to go take me a little workout. But please tell me what y'all think about what's about to take place. I think this shit is about to play beginner retail investors again. I'm out of here.